Sunderland. To the world it's a city of red and white, a former powerhouse of shipbuilding and coal. But beneath the streets of the Mackem heartland lies a darker heritage, a labyrinth of abandoned mine shafts, smugglers' grottos and crumbling keeps. In Sunderland, the soil doesn't just hold coal, it exhales the secrets of the betrayed. From the ruined towers of Hylton to the lightless depths of the riot pits, the ghosts of this city aren't just legends. They're echoes of a trauma that refuses to wash away. Tonight, we navigate the Mackem shroud to face the spirits that never saw the sun. Stay on the watch, because in Sunderland, the ground beneath your feet is always listening. We begin at Hylton Castle. In the 15th century, Robert Hylton, a baron of volcanic temper, discovered his stable boy hadn't readied his horse. In a blind rage, the baron struck the boy down with a pitchfork and hid his body deep in a mossy well. The Cauld Lad is the city's most visceral haunt, a blue boy with skin the mottled, translucent colour of a body pulled from the deep ice. He's a spirit caught in a loop of domestic chaos. If a room is tidy, he throws furniture in a poltergeist fury. If it's messy, he's heard weeping where he cleans. But the most terrifying detail is his song. A low rhythmic chant about the tree that would one day make his coffin. Witnesses hear him whispering, "Woe's me, woe's me, the acorn's not yet fallen from the tree." He's waiting so he can finally find his rest in the earth. On the jagged edge of the coast stands Marsden Grotto, a pub carved into the limestone. But before the tourists arrived, it was a tomb for Jack the Jibber. Jack was a smuggler who broke the code of the coast, selling information to Her Majesty's customs. His crew didn't just kill him, they made him a living monument of betrayal. They forced Jack into a heavy wooden barrel and suspended it by rusted chains in a dark cave near the current day lift shaft. They left him to starve in the darkness, listening to the tide he once sailed on. Today, witnesses report a rasping sound of a man trying to scream through a throat parched by salt and madness. He appears as an emaciated shadow, his hands looking like skeletal claws as they scrape against the inside of a non-existent barrel. When he's near, the air smells of rotten seaweed and the copper of old blood. Sunderland's true industry went miles out underneath the North Sea. In the Ripe and Wearmouth pits, miners lived in worlds of absolute darkness. And it's here that they encountered the knockers. These aren't just spirits, they are residual echoes of the men who the mines claimed, a manifestation of industrial trauma. They're heard as a rhythmic tap, tap, tap against the coal face. To a miner underground it was a warning, a signal of a roof cave-in or the arrival of deadly gas. But the knockers are more than just a warning. They're a presence. Miners would leave crusts of their bread to appease them, fearing that if the knocking ever stopped, the shaft would collapse. Witnesses today in the old museum shafts report the sound of heavy boots walking on coal where no one is standing. It's a sound of an army of the dead, still working their shifts beneath the crushing weight of the earth. In 1883, Sunderland suffered a psychological wound that's never truly healed. At the Victoria Hall, 183 children were crushed to death in a stampede for toys during a variety show. This is an auditory, emotional haunting, a vibration of grief. This isn't a single ghost, it's the crush. Visitors to the site and the nearby Mowbray Park report the sound of hundreds of tiny running feet on wooden stairs that no longer exist. It's the most terrifying, uncanny haunt in the northeast. You feel small, cold hands tugging at your clothes, desperate to be pulled up from the floor. The air suddenly smells of old peppermint and scorched wood. It's the feeling of a crowd pressing in on you in an empty room. It's the suffocating weight of 183 lives lost in a single moment of panic. We conclude at the Sunderland Empire, place of red velvet and the laugh. In 1976, the legendary comedian Sid James died on this stage in mid-performance. But the haunting isn't a comedic one. It's a deep, psychological presence that sits in dressing room 1. Comedian Les Dawson reportedly saw the ghost of Sid in dressing room 1 and refused to ever work in the venue again. Modern performers refuse to use the room, reporting a judging silence that feels like someone is watching their every move. Then comes the sound, a low, wheezing, cigarette-stained "fa-ha-ha" that echoes from the empty wings. It isn't the laugh of a man having fun. It's a mechanical loop of a man who died while the world was laughing at him. It's the final, mocking curtain call of a spirit that refuses to take his bow and leave the stage. Sunderland is a city built on what lies beneath it, whether it's coal, salt, or the memories of the dead. The next time you hear a tap on the wall or a laugh in an empty theatre, don't look for a person. This has been the Northern Spectre. Stay on the watch. The Weir remembers, and now so do you.